Hey my friends, welcome back to a new video. Today we have a wonderful message to talk about. Firstly, we are in the season of Mercury Retrograde, and I know many people may associate it with something more challenging, more negative, but actually we are in the season of massive breakthroughs. Yesterday we've been talking about the transition phase we're in right now, so if you want to know more about it and how to realign yourself with that transition that is happening right now, you can watch that video. But today we will be talking more about this present energy, how you may feel right now when it comes to breaking down certain steps, knowledge and practical solutions that can help you to get to where you're intending to go. Because most of the time the biggest challenge is to have clarity around tiny little steps we need to make. So nothing here just happens out of nowhere. Everything emerges out of our own thinking. Everything emerges out of our attitude. And when it comes to spiritual evolution, it comes to evolution of awareness, the deepening of awareness within the complexity of our mind and emotional flow. So firstly, I want to remind you that until the end of December, expect a breakthrough leading to a superior solution for reaching your goals beyond what your mind might conceive right now. So be open to letting go of worries and focus on creative actions to elevate joy and confidence in your life, because you have something that sparks creativity in your life. For some people it's solving problems, for some people it's maybe elevating their business, their company, and for other people it's a creative act when it comes to, art and making music and whatever sparks that creativity. It also sparks joy within you, and what sparks joy within you also elevates confidence within you. And when you do more of it, you align more with that present energy that will help you to ascend, to become stronger in terms of vibration and mental clarity, and it will help you to really work with this present energy. So firstly, you may feel right now a deepening of your awareness over your limiting stories you've been telling to yourself this year, why something you want is not possible. And we all have these stories, it's just programming of the collective. And you have something you want to experience because maybe it is not present yet. It may be a spiritual evolution, it may be a certain goal you want to attain, it may be an act of service, it may be a financial goal, maybe you want to support someone, maybe you want to, invest into something that may have a great value for society, whatever it is. Every time when we have a valuable goal, we also have a limiting story that may be pulling us away from ourselves looking towards that direction. And this is the time where we feel inspired to deepen our awareness, or it may be happening like almost automatically as we're ascending and evolving, becoming more conscious around this. So I just want to remind you to pay more attention to this, because most probably you're recognizing that you've already acknowledged much more of what was before unseen to you, unknown, like whatever it is, the best. There's a saying, what's possible can be done in one day, what's impossible can be done in 1 week. So just think about it, because everything is possible when we just know what we need to do. And sometimes to know what we need to do, we just need to break the steps down to smaller steps, right? So we know that everything happens one step at a time. The second thing you may feel right now is that you're noticing deeper purpose of people present in your life. Certain people have fallen away from your life this year, and certain new people came into your life. I've noticed that in my life, certain new people came, and right now I'm figuring out what's the purpose behind that. So just reflect a little bit if it's happening for you as well, because it's a huge realization for your future goals. I know I had so many visions for myself, what I want to focus on, and I knew that I can't do it alone, and people started coming into my life. And firstly, I couldn't connect the dots, but now everything connected, and I'm grateful for that. So just reflect on it a little bit. The third thing you may feel right now is clarity for tiny steps to experience breakthroughs. Because we all know breakthroughs doesn't happen just out of nowhere. Often it feels like it happened out of nowhere, but if we reflect more precisely, it happened because firstly we said that we will stop accepting things we're not okay with because they're draining our energy. And once we stop accepting them, we maybe pause our lives a little bit, we take a break, and then we recognize what will change. What behaviors will change, and behaviors are driven by our thoughts and beliefs. So let's break down our beliefs and see from what kind of thoughts and stories they're made of, and then let's question those thoughts and stories to see what's the nature of them, because the nature of thought is experienced in the emotion that you feel when you are thinking the thoughts. So when a certain thought is awakening a lot of sadness, its nature is sadness. And when you don't want to feel like that anymore, it's time to elevate the way you're thinking about yourself and about possibilities for yourself. Sure, you have to cleanse your emotional system by acceptance and feeling and you know, whatever emotional healing work you need to do for yourself. But at some point you need to elevate the story, you need to elevate the quality of your thinking, and right now it's a great time to work on that, especially to make clarity around these things. So reflect on it a lot. This is a time for review your life, rethink, maybe realign yourself, think about how your life was going until now, what you're happy with, what you're not satisfied or happy with. It's a suggestion or a process of introspection, self-reflection. Take a time to assess your goals, values, and commitments and make adjustments as needed. It's about ensuring that your actions align with your true intentions right now. And I know you've heard this before, but think about how often in a day you are intentional about what you're doing and how often you're just, in autopilot. So think about this a little bit and recognize that if you're not consciously choosing what you're doing, then you're doing things unconsciously. And your unconsciousness or subconscious mind may be still let's say motivated with old stories that are not aligned with your new life. So this time will just allow you to make more awareness or make more clarity around these different stories. Then the second thing is integration, making space for breakthroughs and stepping out of your way. This is the time of encouraging ourselves, merging of different aspects of life for more what we could call holistic growth. Creating mental and emotional space allows us for breakthroughs, and what I like is innovative thinking. Whenever we are reflecting on our lives, as I'm reflecting on my life, I like to think really about new ideas, how something would be possible. For example, as I find myself in art business often, I'm thinking how to level up the circumstances in art world, because I see so many people, so many artists are suffering because of lack of finances, and I found a great solution for myself here. So my project for future is to help many artists to get out of this broken mentality and attitude when it comes to art, because there are so many ways to level it up, and for that it's required some innovative thinking to look at same thing from a completely different perspective. And for that, what I'm doing, I'm constantly breaking down my beliefs around what's possible. I'm constantly reflecting on how I think about it, what I've done, and is that the only way that I did, and what were the steps, because sometimes when we succeed at something, we think it was much easier than it actually was. There was so many processes where nothing worked, and then we changed something so it started working. So I'm just sharing this because it's a time where we feel kind of drawn for this deep introspection so we can make certain changes in our lives. So integration then takes us to integrate what we've recognized in this process of introspection. We integrate this new knowledge, and that's how we make space for breakthroughs. And then stepping out of our way means that we stop doing what doesn't work. And when we don't know what could work, we just let go for some time. We let it go. And usually, what I do when I can't find a solution, I just do something completely else. I go to travel, I go to for a walk into the forest, and I just release everything. Or sometimes great realizations find me when I'm in certain deep conversations with someone, usually about something completely else, a completely different topic. And most probably when I forget about the problem, solution finds me. So think about it a little bit. When you forget about the problem, solution finds you. That's just how it often happens to me. Then the third thing I want to remind you is Mercury represents this mental plane, perspective, stories, definitions, theories, everything that's happening in the mind, as it is in the zodiac sign of Capricorn right now. The sign is often encouraging us stepping into the potential of who we can be. But it's quite grounded sign, it's earth sign, so it's encouraging us to be really practical about tapping into our potential, being really practical, being disciplined, kind of like stoic minded. So as Mercury represents this mental plane and Capricorn signifies practicality and discipline, this suggests leveraging your mental capacities, again, changing your perspective a little bit, deepening within the stories you're telling to yourself and definitions and theories you have around life, really thinking how much you're practicing it. And as Stoics would say, don't obsess yourself over what you can't control. And it just helps you to protect so much of your energy that then you can invest into what is in your hands to change, right? And as yesterday we've been talking about letting go and releasing and actually allowing the unknown to take place, you recognize you're not in control of many things, but you're in great power of what you do with what you have. And life will support you when you work according to the law of nature. And the law of nature is to do good for all. Whatever you do, make sure you do it out of generosity. As yesterday I mentioned to you, 3 pillars: generosity of being, generosity of doing, and generosity of giving. So when you work, whatever you're doing, when you're living in accordance with these 3 pillars, you will be walking in this law of nature. As in Hinduism they would say Dharma. And the law of nature will support you. It will allow you to experience breakthroughs. It will allow you to experience synchronicities, and great manifestations will find you that will be often way beyond what your mind may conceive right now. Only because everything supports you to create more of what's good for all. And of course, because of our limited experience right now, we may say, I can't do what's good for all. Like, some people may find themselves financially being limited, some people may find themselves being limited with their health or whatever it is, but still generosity finds a way that we become a bit more selfless, right? It's completely fine when you take care of yourself, so you recharge your batteries. We are living in a busy world where everything almost demands our presence and attention and everything. So we need to take care of ourselves and kinda set boundaries so we're not exposed to everything at the same time. But we also need to be much more selfless. We recognize we're not living our lives just for ourselves. We're living our lives to be also of service to others. That's what helps us to ascend collectively, right? And for that we need to ascend emotionally. And to ascend emotionally, we need to ascend mentally as well. We need to have a greater picture of what this life is all about, what this world is all about, why life here is possible, and why we find ourselves right at this unique time, right here, right now. So we need to elevate all of that if we want to experience life more elevatedly, right? And the fourth thing I want to give you is that if you're living contradicted to your wants and needs, you will be feeling tension as a call from your soul to live more with intention. So follow your intuition here. If you're living contradicted to your wants and needs, that's just something to reflect right now. Many breakthroughs are happening for you, but how often you're blocking them? How often you think like you don't deserve them? How often you think you're unworthy of them? Just reflect on this a little bit. Because there are certain wants and needs that are necessary for you to feel more free, to be healthier, to be happier, to be more joyful. You shouldn't put them aside. It's not a selfish act. It's what fulfills you. So then you can share this fulfillment with others. So reflect on this a little bit. A great time to do that. So the tension can be released and then you can be more intentional, right? When your actions are in conflict with your desires and needs, it can create tension within your heart. And this tension serves as a signal to live more intentionally, aligning your actions with your inner guidance and intuition for a more fulfilling life. So it doesn't matter how long you've been living in that tension. There's an ancient saying that goes, it doesn't matter if a cave has been in a dark for thousands of years or an hour, when you light a match, it's illuminated. And that's same with your soul, that's same with yourself. Doesn't matter for how long you've been living your life in tension. As soon as you recognize what are your, firstly, your personal needs, your mental needs for your mental health, your soul needs, your spirituality. Maybe you need some more meditation, or take yourself for a date, or sign yourself for a yoga practice, or something that will elevate you a little bit, and maybe also help you in your social life. Get yourself into a certain community. You will notice when your needs are met, your energy will ascend. And when that happens, you will feel much more fulfilled and much more happier. And with that, creativity will be born. And creativity will inspire you. And inspiration is what? Being in spirit. So you will feel more inspired to do great things, whatever great things are for you. So just remind yourself of these things. We're in this incredible season of many breakthroughs, and it's only the beginning. So it's like setting a foundation for the next year, as many people are at this time taking care a little bit to think about the New Year resolutions. It's a great beginning for getting yourself into the next stage, as we've been talking yesterday about this. So I also want to give you a few affirmations for this time if you're meditating on this. And the first one is, through simplicity, I see a way. Through simplicity, I see a way. This one will help you to recognize that all great things are done through simple acts, not through complicated processes, but through simple acts. The second affirmation is, my home is a place of peace. My home is a place of peace. This one will remind you that wherever you are, your home is a place of peace. It's within you. You can say your body, a certain state you can enter, can be your home, and it's a place of peace. The third affirmation, the season of failure is the best time for sowing the seeds of success. Because we've all been through a season of failures. The season of failure is the best time for sowing the seeds of success. You can also write it in the comment section. Write down your favorite affirmation for today. The season of failure is the best time for sowing the seeds of success. It will reprogram you to think that failure is not a bad thing. It's a time where you're preparing the soil for new growth. That's how we learn. The next affirmation, I let go of weakness in the mind. This one will support clarity. I let go of weakness in the mind. And the last one, what comes of itself, let it come. What comes of itself, let it come. This one will allow you to experience unexpected manifestations. Unexpected breakthroughs will happen. This one will support the unexpected, beautiful things that come from the spirit world, that come from the unseen world, the unexpected. And the unexpected is always good. And when you say yourself this kind of words, it just triggers a part of you that awakens a sense of wonder, a sense of awe for everything, a sense of reverence for what's happening, for life itself, for this planet, for the universe and cosmos. It awakens a sense of bliss within your heart. So let me know what's your favorite affirmation from here. Let me know if you found great value in today's video. I'm grateful if you did. And thanks to all of you for supporting my art in our Etsy store. I Draw My Passion. You're truly appreciated for that. I love you all, my friends. And I'm wishing you all a beautiful day. Thanks for watching. Until next time, one love.